tell me about what do you mean by the body of the. I mean, you said linger and the legs. So what do you mean about body? I've got three notes here to talk about. Body and finish is the last two.
Well, the first is the nose. Mm-hmm. We got that. I'm getting caramels and I'm getting some marshmallow off of this. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to taste it. I'm swirling around my tongue to get all the flavors I can possibly get off of it. I'm getting a really nice linger now, but the body of it was in the center of the tongue when I was swirling it around. Mm-hmm. What did I pick up on the center of my tongue while I was tasting it?
Okay.
This is a rye bourbon we're drinking, meaning that the flavor grain is rye. So I got a cardamom spice on the center of my tongue with this particular bourbon, this particular single.
See, I don't know if you're convincing me of it or you're right. Like it's your so when as soon as you mention it, I'm picking up on it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing that I don't allow during barrel picks is conversation about the whiskey. I'll let everybody put down on their paper exactly what they're tasting because everybody in my room is a super palate. And I want to know their honest and valued opinions on paper. And at the end of it, then I pull them what they liked. And I put stars next to the answers of what they like. So our star alignment comes together at the very end of the tasting. I flip my book around, and the stars always align. The one with the most stars, the most likes, is the potential pick. And if there's more than one, which happened yesterday in a group, 2 barrels were really, really good. Third barrel kind of fell out, didn't really show up for anybody. But the 2 barrels showed up for a lot of stars on 2 different ones. And it was funny because one of them was at 109 proof. That barrel showed really well at 109. Had a lot of water in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other barrel showed really good at 119. So they chose both barrels. I'll sell it all.
So you're not influencing anybody else, but they're gonna like and enjoy.
Yes, because I tell them that if I've got honest and valued opinions on paper, that is your general Q public that's going to be buying the whiskey. You're giving me all of the information I know to be successful, and our hand-picked collection is done that way. We go down the rabbit hole, we taste them side by side like a tea sommelier would do, nose them back to back, taste them back to back, at the very end, to look for bad characteristics. So at the very end, when they have already chosen what they thought was the favorite out of all the barrels, there's usually 3 answers, we call it a trifecta.
Right.
Then they take it against each other, back to back. The 109 they like the best, the 115 they like the best. We're looking for bad characteristics at this point. Whichever one has any kind of indication of a bad characteristic hits the table. They do it one more time against the 119, and that's their 4-star, 5-diamond rating. The win for the Kentucky Derby. The one horse that's going to come across the line first, and that's the barrel that they take to a deserted island, knowing that's the last barrel of whiskey they're ever going to get to drink.
Right.
When I put those 4-star ratings down, I consider them higher than any single stars. Single stars were rated at the beginning on which one they like best at 109, which one they like best at 115, which one they like best at 119. Then they go down the rabbit hole, and they taste them side by side, nose them back to back, taste them back to back. The final answer is, and I pull my book around, and it shows how many 4-star, 5-diamond ratings. The one that they chose at 119 yesterday had 3 people choose it as their favorite, and it had 6 stars next to it. So there were 6 people in the group that all agreed that that particular barrel of whiskey, the 109, was the best thing they tasted through the entire pick. It's the highest rated thing. So they bought it. And then at the 119, it was 2 5-star ratings, and mine.
Still a fine bourbon, but not the one they want to take to the island if they have a choice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I had them taste them side by side to say, okay, if we just want one barrel, which one has a characteristic I dislike? And they couldn't decide, so I sold them both.
Well, that's why you're the sales, and that's why you're the brand ambassador and executive bourbon steward.
That's the reason that Stephen Beam doesn't leave his truck on the lot on the weekends, because he's afraid I'll sell it.
I love that system because I'm easily influenced.
Yeah, and
you can easily influence and talk me into. This is pine needles, and I
don't talk during the pick.
I'd be wandering off thinking pine needles.
Yes,
really.
And
somehow you'd convince me. Maybe I'm a little weak-minded, or I need more bourbon, or
everybody's
less bourbon,
influential. Everybody is. I don't care if I'm sitting down with a so-called super palate, and I bring up the fact that I just got pine nuts. Then all of a sudden everybody's thinking pine nuts. I mean, that's just the way it works. Without talking about the pick, we talk about everything else. I get to know about the family. I get to know about who they are. We'll talk about all sorts of things during the
favorite car, whatever, ball teams.
Yes, whatever is popular at the moment.
Yeah, whatever's going on. Right.
Yeah. And at the end of it, we do the polling. Then we talk about the pick.
Right.
Then we dive in. Why did you like 1091? And everybody gives their opinions on why they liked it. And then I throw out what I had on my paper, and it's usually 4 or 5 words. It's nothing extraordinary.
Right.
So that's it's a good way of doing it. It's what we did in the coffee industry, and a lot of it translates to the bourbon industry. And I think our hand-picked selection is getting worldwide acclaim because of it. And I think that's a great.
Now, is this an industry standard, or is this unique to Limestone Branch Distillery?
I hadn't seen anybody else doing it like this. It was something that I had an epiphany moment in the middle of the night. You know how you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just thinking about things?
I usually forget to write it down and lose it.
This was one that was so instilled.
It was bright. It was bright.
It was bright. And that was how I used to do tea. On a lazy Susan, side by side, nosing it, tasting it, and getting all the flavor out of it. Looking for bad characteristics, not really good characteristics, trying to pick out the best tea. White tea was one that I had to pick out. White tea has no flavor characteristic hardly. So to pick out the best white tea, you had to do it back to back, nose it back to back, slurp through it, taste it.
So maybe your experience in the tea industry really helped you.
Coffee and tea.
Yeah, coffee and tea really helped you kind of where you're at now. That's an interesting. I wonder if that's a through line. A lot of other guys in a similar role as you come from other backgrounds. Are they just strictly bourbon? I wonder.
No,
I bet they're strictly bourbon.
No,
I'm guessing.
There's a lot of people out there that come from the different beverage industries. I know that John Rempe did something in beverages before he became the master distiller at Lux Row Distillery.
Right.
I don't know exactly what. Originally, I thought he invented Snapple, and he was like, "No, Stephen, I didn't invent Snapple." So I just sent everybody to the distillery that would leave our distillery, and I'd tell them to ask John about Snapple.